Weighing in at 9,241 pounds, Lyle Convoy enters the ring with a steel chair and an inhaler and a CPAP machine. This is your savior of the beaten and the damned, the guy who's like literally just stopped getting 5 head. Dear victims, have you considered not getting and maybe not being stupid? Only stupid people get so it would be a shame if you got because then you would be stupid. And you know what I do to stupid people? I scream at them on Discord calls while my wife knits in the next room. We can't 1 point whatever this, but we're just gonna suffer, guys.
Saying that I shouldn't have had to even...
This is the Jibs call. This is supposedly worse than... I don't know, every call we listen to is supposedly worse than the Rosa call. I think that one still takes the cake for me personally, but I've heard terrible things about this call, so this is somebody's retelling of their horrible interactions with Lio the Fat.
Hopeless Peaches, Lumi, and Cosmic had absolutely no right bringing this to the forefront. It completely disgusts me.
And then this is no. This is Crystal Flame, unfortunately. And sadly, I cannot fast forward this. I have my extension on, and it's not working. I don't know why it's not working. It's making me very sad that it's not working. It's making me very upset that my 2x speed extension is not working. But Crystal Flame is probably the slowest talking person in all of the Lio Convoy extended universe, which is very sad to me.
In every single way that they felt that they had the right to do such thing. This video is going to be very quick, but it is absolutely necessary. A friend of mine, known as Jibs, has had their story talked about and exposed without their permission as a gotcha against Lio. They had their story weaponized. This has been done by Hopeless Peaches, Lumi, and Cosmic. In this video, there's a few things that Jibs would like to make clear, and I would like to provide some context before handing the stage over to them. For context, Jibs confessed to Queen Seraphina that they were still in contact with their groomer and handed over a person's Discord tag to them. Jibs, to this day, heavily regrets this in every single way. Now,
also, why in this community is it like a failing on everybody that they like are still being groomed by their groomer? Like everybody's in trouble for being like the victim of grooming. Like in no other corner of the internet can you be groomed and then somehow it's your fault, which I think is fucking crazy, dude. I think that's insane. It's like everybody was mad at Jibs for being groomed. It's like, what did you just say? What are you talking about?
As many CSA survivors would understand, it's hard to make that disconnection from your groomer. As you may know, this is the effect that grooming has on people. Groomers will make you reliant on them, making you feel that you're nothing without them. This is easy to understand if you yourself are a victim of grooming. Lio and everyone else within this call did not give Jibs this understanding at the time. When this was told to Queen Seraphina, Jibs was brought into a call with Lio, Queen Seraphina, Hopeless Peaches, and many other Senate mods. In this call, Jibs was verbally abused, victim blamed, victim shamed. It was presented with footnotes from Lumi, Hopeless Peaches, and Cosmic. They got information wrong, misconstrued a lot of facts, and outright added allegations which are not true. They also dragged and presented personal information about Jib's family which isn't true in any degree. They had absolutely no right to release this video.
I would like to preface this with the fact that I was never reached out to by any of the people who released this information. This was done without my consent, and if I had been reached out to, I would have said no, as many people who I have spoken with about this topic are aware of. Also, my pronouns currently are he, they, and my pronouns at the time of this call were they, them. She, her is used in this call to refer to me, which is not correct, but was also not malicious or intentional. And due to that fact, I'm not okay with people using this to claim transphobia. On top of that, before we dive into this call, I would like to provide some much needed context. What happened was that I had kept contact with Vita secretly. And during this time, Vita requested that I give him the Discord information of an individual who was a minor at the time, so that they could chat, and I gave it to him. I do not stand by my actions from then, and I think that is clear in the fact that I had confessed all of this rather than keeping it hidden, and I did take actions after what I did to have contact between this individual and Vita cut off. Once I confessed to this in a DM with Queen Seraphina, I was told there would be a call. This was that call.
Okay, so
Oh, here we go. We're
a year and a
cooking now.
half ago, when Lisa came to us about saying that Vita was talking to her. That's what we're talking about, right?
I believe so, yes.
Can you please sit closer to your mic?
I'm sorry. I'm like right next to my mic.
Is there something wrong with my connection? If you can, if not, raise your voice.
Yeah, I turned up my input a bit, if that helps.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I just got a new mic. So.
how did you get all these logs?
Weighing in at 9,241 pounds, Lyle Convoy enters the ring with a steel chair and an inhaler and a CPAP machine.
I had an alt account I used back then to speak with Vita.
So a year and a half ago, you were still speaking with Vita.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, child. Why are you getting groomed? This is a moral failing on your part, child.
I think I didn't want to do the work to...
Also, this is boring. I need to put solitaire on the screen. This is so boring. Okay, where the f did my... Where did the video go? Okay, here it is. Sorry.
To have to cut him off. I didn't want to have to deal with that.
Even though we had a
I
very
guess-
long call with you and Sarah about it, you still kept talking to him even after that.
Yes.
Even after we told you if we found out you were doing it again, we'd have to contact your family.
Yes.
You want to explain?
Dude, that's so funny. That's so funny. You're getting groomed, and if you don't stop getting groomed, somehow we're gonna get you in trouble. This guy's insane, bro.
To me exactly what is so valuable about Vita that was important to do?
I'm not exactly sure now.
Here you are.
I...
Here you are. There's no way you didn't weigh this. I'm sorry, but there's no way. No way. Because you know that your family's garbage. You know they'd probably hurt you if
What?
this happened. So you had a thought process, and I'm not going to sit here and allow you to lie to me. I already allowed that enough plenty, apparently. You're going to tell me the reason.
This is nuts.
Within the call, there was a common tactic used where Lyle Convoy would provoke the idea of contacting my family as a looming threat throughout the whole time when he was dealing with my case. The idea was that if I stepped out of line by contacting Vita, my parents would be contacted and told about it. While I understand the sentiment behind this, he knew I had a complicated relationship with my parents. He knew that things at home were difficult at the time for me, and that did not stop him from claiming he would contact them. So the fact that he was willing to potentially put me at risk scared me at the time.
Also, like, again, imagine you're, like, trying to help somebody. Like, this is... And again, it was the same thing with Jordan, too, in the Ichabod call, where it's like, we're blaming a literal child for being a victim in this situation. It's like, they were quite literally joking about, like, Jordan being, like, a star of Girls Gone Wild. It's like, I bet you just love getting all these dick pics from older guys. And it's like, this is like the, like, victimized, groomed minor that you're trying to help, and you're making it their fault that they got groomed. It's like fucking deranged, dude.
To add on to this, there was a claim made within the video where they said that my parents were physically abusive to me. This isn't true. I suffered from emotional abuse and medical neglect, but not physical abuse. Again, Lyle was fully aware of this at the time as well.
Did you like the attention? Is that what is it?
Yeah, you're just such a whore.
Intimidation
Was-
EQ?
Yes, minor that was groomed. You were such a whore. I fucking hate this guy.
That was probably it, I'm pretty sure.
How old were you when that happened?
17.
You were still a minor.
Yes.
When did you actually cut him off?
A common theme with my experience is that any time I would relapse to my abuser at the time, Vita, it was held against me. They accused me of only doing this for attention and that I had malicious intentions, when I wasn't and didn't. I acknowledge that this was a betrayal of trust, and for that I have repeatedly apologized, but to frame it as anything more
Now, tell daddy that you're sorry for getting groomed, kitten. That's fucking insane. Apologize for being groomed. Like, fuck this guy, dude. Fuck this guy.
than a victim relapsing into old behaviors is untrue. I was trying to escape, but as a victim of abuse, it's so hard to break that cycle. It's something you need to rip apart.
This is your savior of the beaten and the damned, the guy who's like literally just stopped getting groomed 5 head. What a genius.
Bit by bit, and it's not going to go perfectly the first time, or even the second. A
my
groomer
God,
is
I
like
suck
a
at
parasite.
solitaire.
They build up your
I
trust,
suck.
isolate you from everyone else, and force you to be reliant on them so that you'll never leave. It's such a horrible cycle that's very hard to escape.
Ugh.
The key difference I did notice, and the fear that I had with this information coming to light, though, was the reason behind the fear was different per person. With Queen Seraphina, I was scared of her being disappointed in me for not being honest with her. But with Lio, I was scared of my parents being called. I was scared of him shouting, berating, and shaming me. And my fear was repeatedly justified as everything other than my parents being called happened.
I believe it was a day or so before I turned 18.
What was the final straw?
I don't remember exactly.
I'm not buying that. Not today. You've lied to me plenty of times. You sat there and thrown my trust in the garbage, so you're going to give me a doggone answer. I am not going to accept I don't know and I don't remember.
Gosh diddly darn it, you're going to flip and answer me right now. Holy flip. I fucking hate this guy.
I'm not stupid, and you will not treat me
You
like
are
I
stupid.
am.
You're pretty fucking dumb, bro.
Answer.
I know, I am just genuinely trying to remember some pieces of it. I tried to...
Why don't you go to the logs and figure it out, since you clearly have them?
The logs on my alt account only go for so long.
Dude, I'm so ass at solitaire. Fucking
no
kill
longer
me.
on Discord. It was
This is
on
embarrassing.
iMessage,
I don't want you guys watching me play solitaire anymore. Now I'm embarrassed. I haven't even won one game. You guys, this is the worst day of my life. Terrible. This sucks.
I had completely deleted everything off of iMessage, and it's been over 40 days, so I cannot recover those.
So you can't remember why you cut off this child predator? Can't for the life of you remember.
I don't remember what the exact last straw was or exactly why I did it, the exact day I did.
When did you turn 18?
March 1st, last year.
Of last year?
Yes.
So from your 17th to your 18th, you were still talking to this guy, sitting in this server, knowing full well you shouldn't have been doing it.
Yes.
Why'd you bring this up today?
The reason I struggled to answer the question within the call is that there wasn't a particular defining event that I could pinpoint. The most I could do, now that I've reflected on things, is draw parallels to when I turned 18, as that was symbolic for me. I wanted to turn over a new leaf, start anew, and be better. So, being asked this question felt unfair because I couldn't give a specific answer at the time, given the pressure, the shame I felt, and the fear I had. It makes sense why I couldn't find the right words in that moment, especially with all the eyes watching me and expecting a quick, clear answer. I would like to say that most of the people here have apologized.
How many people were in this call, do you wonder?
To me for how they conducted themselves within the extended version of the call. There's some cut content within this call, and I will be attempting to find it as I plan to make another reply, hopefully down the line. However, there's a list of people such as Busy Robot Hands, Queen Seraphina, Baiji, as well as some who weren't even present for the call like Drunkle and Monstrous, who I don't think should be dragged into this. These people have not only apologized in the past, but have also repeatedly been there to support and check in on me over time.
Feeling really awful about it for a while, and after watching the Coyote stuff, Vita was mentioned, and
yes, he was. You never did file a report against him, did you?
I started one, and then I...
That's a yes or a no question. That is not an essay question.
Jesus Christ.
No, I had spoken with some people, but...
With some people? Who are some people?
I believe it was a deputy or a sheriff in his area.
And what did they tell you?
I believe they told me to keep contact with them and that we were going to do another call to go over everything, but I never did that.
For this section of the call, I want to clarify that I was in the process of attempting to file a police report against Vita. However, after the first call from my initial report, I panicked out of fear of my parents finding out, and out of stress of having to recount and present the trauma that I went through to the police, leading to me not following through with this report. After this call, I chose to reach out again to file a full report to the police, and this time I went through with it completely.
During all this, he's preying on another child. You're facilitating it.
And then we're gonna say that it's this person's fault. Are you for fucking real? Dude, it's your fault that other bitches got raped because you didn't report it. That's totally what you should say to people who are victims of, like, grooming and molestation and assault and rape. Like, it's your fault that you didn't report it. It's your fault that other people got raped because you didn't report it. How did anybody take this guy seriously, bro? For real. Like, how did anybody take this guy for real? Seriously, dude, what the fuck?
Then you hide it from us. So not only have you hidden your interactions with Vita, you hide the fact that he's preying on yet another child. Why?
Why?
I feel like this comment from Lio is incredibly unnecessary. I understand the risk I put the person in. and that them being groomed by Vita is something that could have happened due to my actions, and I still deeply regret it. However, they were never groomed, abused, or anything along those lines by Vita. The two simply played video games together and chatted. So it's really, really distressing that Lio would ever simply imply that I would try to put someone in the same position I'm in. It's not fair for him to say or do this, especially when it is not what happened.
Don't tell me you don't know. If you say that, I'm going to genuinely lose my mind on you.
I'm gonna lose my marbles.
I did not want to deal with the repercussions of my actions back then.
You didn't mind doing it. You just didn't want the consequences. But you like talking to a guy who likes to put his hands or wants to put his hands on children, slips into their DMs. You...
This person is the child that is being abused, dude.
I'm such a lesbian, I wouldn't like a guy.
What? Oh my god. Dude, what? Are you kidding me? You're a lesbian, therefore you couldn't have gotten groomed. You should have known better. Where's the one where he's... Hang on. Where's the video where he talks about him getting molested and that sexuality didn't matter? Where's that one? Where's that clip? That was in the jar call. Where is that one? It's this one. Now, I mean, Lio's not...
My grandfather was straight.
Oh, here we go.
Cindy could have groomed Inno because Cindy is a straight woman attracted to men and Inno's a girl. My grandfather was straight too, Jar. Didn't stop him.
Lio, are you... Literally, this is from the Just a Robot video that wasn't that long ago. And he was like, it didn't stop me from getting molested that my grandfather was straight. Like, he knows that sexuality doesn't matter when it comes to, like, sexual abuse. Like, and he's like, well, you're a lesbian. Like, he wasn't going to molest you. He was only going to molest others. This is crazy.
This was and is a very distressing point that was repeatedly made during my time in Senate and DMs with Lio. It also really shows that, despite having handled several grooming cases and communicating with the victims, Lio does not seem to fully understand how grooming works and what it does to a person. Lio equated me being groomed and taken advantage of by a man to me being attracted to men and thus being straight, invalidating my identity as a lesbian at the time. There's a big difference between being groomed and an actual genuine attraction to someone and building a relationship.
Well, and if we want to be really fucking pedantic about this, Predator Hunter Lio Convoy should know this above all else, is that like people that are predators usually act indifference to sex. That's why there's like a really overblown statistic that like most gay men are sexual predators or pedophiles. And it's just that most people that are sexual predators don't have a preference. Like statistics will show that, you know, people that are pedophiles, molesters, groomers, shit like that, they don't have a preference on gender. They just prefer like a smaller, weaker being. So like, you know, like anybody who has spent any time, you know, looking into any of this stuff, and I would imagine somebody who enters calls and says, I'm Lio Convoy, I'm a pedophile hunter, and I hunt pedophiles, I would expect that person to know that just because somebody is like a lesbian doesn't mean that they couldn't have like a male groomer or, you know, groom a male just because they happen to be a lesbian. Just because, you know, people that are predators aren't really super hung up on the sex of the person that they're like predating upon. It's more just the opportunity. And that's pretty well established, but okay.
Lio and others in the Senate would invalidate that and say that I'm straight now because of my grooming, which is so distressing and disheartening even now looking back on it, that they would both invalidate my sexuality and try to equate my grooming to an actual relationship.
But you still have him in your life. Even after we tell you explicitly that that is unacceptable. After you thank us for getting you away from him, but you didn't actually get away from him. You just lied to everybody who cared enough to try to help you.
Oh, he's stroking out again, bro.
I swear to God, if the rest of you sit quiet this entire call, I'm going to remove every single one of you from staff. You people better start opening your mouths instead of leaving it to me every single time!
Oh my God. Imagine being Lio Convoy's wife, and this is happening, and you're just like, honey, your blood pressure. Honey, I'm trying to watch Sopranos. That's so funny, dude. What a colossal pussy.
I'm sick of it! Every Every time we're doing something like this, every single time we have to handle this, I'm the only one doing it. Knock it off! If you don't want to handle stuff like this, leave!
I would like to raise.
I love the idea that Lion Convoy is like intimidating to people because I would like piss my pants from crying and laughing so fucking hard, dude. I would literally piss myself from laughing so fucking hard if somebody talked to me like this in a Discord call. I literally would have tears in my fucking eyes. Like, he takes himself so seriously, and for what? This is the most serious call he's ever been in, and all he's doing is blaming a grooming victim for being groomed. And that requires this. That requires this. Okay. Okay. Sure, buddy. Oh, dude, that's something.
Is the point that I did inform Lio and everyone else that people shouting at and around me is a significant trigger for me. It not only impacts me emotionally by increasing my anxiety, but also affects me on a physical level as I have POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome.
Yeah, everybody has POTS these
When
days.
people shout around me, it can cause my heart rate to spike, which can lead to me experiencing heart attack-like symptoms and even passing out. Despite this, for a warning, Lio shouted around me throughout this call. Another thing to note is that this call, in the context of all the other calls I was the center of, was quite tame, as surprising as that might sound. The behavior, specifically that of yelling, and other calls that I was a part of was a lot worse than this one, and again, there's no excuse for it.
Oh, I have stuff to say later, but no.
I got shit to say, bro. Tag me in.
Really? You gave him another person.
Tag me in, bro. It's
Hello?
my turn to scream. Tag me in, bro. I'm ready to scream.
I don't know why I did.
Let me go,
I
bro.
genuinely
You
don't
don't
know.
know. You don't know.
It's fine.
Let me go off
No.
leash, bro.
You do know. You just don't want to say it.
Say it,
Again,
Bella.
none of us are shaming you for anything. The
That's not true. You guys are like, stop being such a whore and getting groomed. It's your fault that other people are getting groomed because you didn't say anything about it.
truth, right now, is as good as any.
You can't just float around in life going, oh, I don't know why I did this. I don't know why I did that. Jibs, stop it.
One point I would like to add here is that even with my story being dragged out, with the preface that is going to be censored, they failed to do even that. As you can hear, my name is mentioned here. So firstly, they took my story without consent. Secondly, they had no permission from me to do such a thing. If they had ever asked, I would have outright denied them because I didn't want this to be out there. And thirdly, they didn't even censor it correctly. They failed in every single aspect. Something that I would also like to add is that I would like it if my statements and experiences were separated from Peach's, Lumi's, and Cosmic's experiences as much as possible. Not only did I not approve of them sharing what I went through, but I did not and would never have approved of them using it in order to prove their own point, since they lacked evidence for some of their personal claims and saw my call as the next best thing.
Sorry.
Also, Lio did indeed apologize to me for this call. Emphasis on this call, and only this call. But only after he was told to do so by Peaches. As of now, the
Not
only
Peaches,
message
bro.
I have received from Lio reads, I'm sorry you got used as a cudgel against me. Genuinely.
The more you just don't say it, it's gonna get worse for you. If you just come out about it right now, it'll be
Like,
a lot better for you.
There is a saying, the truth will set you free. It's gonna set you free right now if you just come out about it. Really.
I genuinely don't know why I gave him.
No, I'm not gonna take that.
Oh my god.
I'm
chill,
sorry.
guys.
I'm not gonna take that answer.
Oh my god, chill.
Did
guys.
you just
What
want
the fuck?
Raven to feel like how you did?
No, that's definitely not it. I'm pretty sure he just asked me for it, and I just.
And you just gave her up to him.
But why? Why did you give them the
You don't do things
information?
without thinking. You had a motive.
Yeah.
Did he threaten you or something? Is that what it was?
I genuinely don't remember.
Yes, you
Oh
do.
my god.
Just say it.
Say it,
I want to
Bella.
know what exactly it is about Vito you find so appealing. Because you apparently found him appealing enough to.
Dude, do you think that people that get like raped think that their rapist is hot? Like, this guy's fucking insane. This guy is genuinely sick in the fucking head. Like, what is so appealing about the person that groomed you? Do you even know how that works, dumb fuck? Oh my god, he's so stupid, bro.
Just trample over everybody who cares about you. So tell me, what about him is worth it? I want to know. Tell me. Do you want me to yell at you like I just did the rest of my staff?
Holy shit.
No.
Do you want me to go sicko mode on you, pussy? Because I will.
I recommend you stop hushing and you start talking.
Just stop being groomed.
I am so 100% done with this level of callous stupidity. I am.
Dear grooming victims, have you considered not getting groomed and maybe not being stupid? Have you considered that? Only stupid people get groomed. So it would be a shame if you got groomed because then you would be stupid. And you know what I do to stupid people? I scream at them on Discord calls while my wife knits in the next room. Come on.
100% done with it. I have been as patient as humanly possible with literally everyone concerning all their nonsense. And you are sitting here right now wearing that 100% thin. Start talking. You can talk to a person who wants to dick down little girls. You better start talking to me.
That's an insane statement. You can talk to people that want to fuck kids. You can talk to me. You want to talk to dog fuckers? Well, then you can handle me. What? That's an insane thing to say. That's an insane thing to say. That's an insane thing to say. That's crazy. Do you think that, does he think that, like, kids want to get groomed? Does he think they, like, get online and they're like, boy, oh boy, I sure hope that I don't run into any pedophiles? Like, that's, like, they're genuinely, like, logging on and they're like, oh my god, I can't wait to run into people that dick down little girls. What the fuck, dude? I'm crashing out. I'm crashing out. You guys are so lucky that I'm sick. This is so funny.
Another point I want to make is that during the time when Laya was proposing the idea of helping me, and I do agree that he has helped me. He did help me with my recovery process against my abuser. Behind closed doors, he used very sexually explicit language to describe me and how my abuser saw me. One of the prime examples, which I don't have proof for as of yet, due to it being a private call, but I will be going through and trying to get my hands on all the archived calls, is that he would say that I'm just a human fleshlight to Vita.
Ew. 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 Live Convoy.
Get fucked. Get eradicated. Get genocided. I don't care.
Bro. I really appreciate you coming forward with your story of horrific abuse and grooming, but have you considered that you were basically just like a dildo for them? Have you considered that? A little pocket pussy. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. What the fuck?
Guys! 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 Come back!
That's fucking insane, bro. Oh my god. Electric chair immediately. Do not pass go. Do not collect. $100. Literally strap him into the quadruple XL electric chair now.
I don't know how anyone would ever be able to say that to a human being, let alone a victim of grooming. Another point I want to make regarding handing over this Discord user's name to my abuser is that I tried my best to break off all communications between them. Again, I deeply regret what I did. I was struggling at the time and I wanted to make amends for my mistake, which I did in the end.
Bro, you're like 17 years old and getting mind fucked by somebody on the internet. You're like actively being groomed and it's like, sorry for being groomed. You don't have to apologize for that.
It ended up in the actions in this call.
He gave me attention and the validation that I wanted back then. I did not. Every time I would try to cut him off, I would just feel like shit for a while and I didn't want.
Oh, yeah, and he would also suicide bait. All these fucking idiots do this all the time where it's like, if you don't do this, I'm gonna kill myself. You know what you say if somebody says that to you? You say, you won't. Baby, if you leave me, I'm gonna fucking end it all. I don't have anything to live for without you. Okay, do a flip. Shout me out on your way down. Like, fuck you. No, dude. All these bitches are just trying to emotionally manipulate people. If you genuinely believe that somebody is going to kill themselves because you break up with them or you stop talking to them on Discord, just call a wellness check. Don't play these stupid fucking control games with people. That's what they want. They want control of the situation. They want to have the upper hand in the situation. They want to prevent you from leaving by any means necessary, including guilt. And, oh, you'll feel so guilty if I kill myself because we broke up. Do a gainer when you go, bro. And if you're really gonna do it, I'll call the cops right fucking now. Watch me.
You have to deal with that.
But now you magically can't remember why. Could it be because he was more interested?
No, because after I remember there was a point in which he had sent me messages of him talking to and I told you guys that I suspected that was talking to him because of behaviors, and then that cold call.
Were you jealous that somebody else was also getting groomed? Is that what it was? You were jealous of the groomed, that you weren't getting groomed harder? Dude, draw and quarter this whore to the stocks.
Happened.
You lied to all of us.
Yes.
Did
I even had a call with you right after. I even had a call.
Fuck, is there anybody that wasn't groomed by Josh Vita? And this was like Lyle Convoy's best friend for how long? Like, your coveted pedophile hunter could not identify the pedophile that was standing next to him for 8 years. Incredible.
With you right after that, like, you know, we had, well, in the middle of that one, you know, I asked, is there literally anything you could tell us? And then we got into a private call afterwards where I asked you again, and you just didn't tell me. You didn't fucking tell me.
Did imply that she wanted to be with Vita or something?
No. Craven just was in the logs was just continuously wanting to be friends with Vita and play video games with him.
Why?
I don't know why.
And you didn't discourage it. You didn't say, ew, gross, he's a pedophile.
Busy Robot Hand speaking was also in conversations mocking this victim for being victimized. Busy was 33 years old here, blaming a then minor for not taking the grooming they didn't take seriously.
I hadn't directly told me she'd been talking with Vita. I only know because I had screenshots from Vita, and I messaged her saying, hey, if you are talking to Vita, you shouldn't be, and I hope you tell me about something like that. I sent the screenshots to Sarah.
You're still in contact.
Yeah, Lyle has all of them. I gave them all to him.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, I'm quiet because I'm trying to think about what I'm going to say next without...
Because my thing here is that regardless of, like, the context of what you tell us, regardless, you didn't inform any of us about it, you just let it happen. You let it happen.
You sit on it for a year and a half.
It's unacceptable.
Are you still in contact with her?
Of her added, but we haven't talked in a while.
That is not what I just asked you. I'm sorry. At what point did I say that I needed the specific details of everything? I just asked if you're still in contact. That's a yes or no.
That's a yes
The
or no,
questions
bitch.
Lio asked me were not simple yes or no questions. There are no straightforward answers because this situation is complicated. There are going to be nuances which are simple to understand, honestly. For Lio to reduce such a complex situation and shout at me because I didn't give the answers he wanted to hear just isn't okay.
Yes.
Message her right now, and you get her in the server.
Right
now.
Get in.
I will find her again, and I will call her parents on this call, live.
Can I have an invite to the server?
Sarah?
I can get it.
So you're telling all of this now because you just feel bad because of all the stuff that went down with Coyote?
The stuff that
What they want to hear is you were right, Lio. You're always right, Lio. You're so stunning and brave and handsome and skinny and fit and loved by millions. That's what he wanted to hear. No, and the thing is with truly manipulative people, and we said the same thing with Poppy, and we can say the same thing with Lily, and we can say the same thing with every, emotionally manipulative abuser that exists and walks the face of the earth, is that there's no answer that is good enough. It does not matter what Jib said. It does not matter what Jordan said. It wouldn't have mattered. There is no right answer. Even pure capitulation would be met with this level of aggression because his rage is retroactively justified through his lack of action. First and foremost, he is mad at himself because he allowed all of this to happen, whether he is consciously aware of that or not. There is no response that any of these people could have given to Lio that would have prevented this outcome because he is deeply a manipulative and evil person. That is the truth of the matter. It wouldn't have mattered what Jib said. Jibs could have said, blessed is the earth on which you walk, Lio Convoy. It is a blessing to share this mortal coil with you and you alone. And Lio still would have freaked the fuck out because he is a deeply unwell individual who only feels alive when he is eating a McQuad or when he is verbally berating the victim of abuse because it makes him feel powerful and in control because he has no control or power in any other aspect of his life. He is a complete and utter failure in every sense of the word. even down to the most basic form of control, which is your diet, restricting what you do and do not eat. And if you fail at that metric, there's no hope for the rest of you. He is a deeply, deeply, deeply unwell individual that would do very well with therapy, but unfortunately, he's probably got like 3 years left to live, and there's a lot to work through. I don't think that he'll get through in 3 years.
I went down with Coyote because Vita was brought up just reminded me of a lot of things. Because I hadn't had my mind on it for a while.
It must be really nice to just be reminded of it because it hasn't been on your mind. Whereas I, right down the hallway, am dealing with somebody who is still affected by his actions. Must be really freaking nice. Must be nice and.
Must be really flippin' nice, bucko. Also, like, again, there should be some kind of watch list to keep this guy away from, like, literally anyone under the age of 18 for the rest of his fucking life. It is insane to me that he is moving these people in with him, that he has moved these people in with him. Like, that's criminal. It is actually fucking criminal. Like, this guy deserves to be on a watch list for the rest of his life. Like, this is insane. And especially when this is the way that he's speaking to these individuals. You know what I mean? When this is the way that he is speaking to the victims, essentially. It's insane. It's criminal. It is actually criminal that this is a free person. This person is not in prison for like the rest of his natural born life. It's crazy to me. It is crazy. And by natural born life, I mean like the 2 months he has left until his heart gives out.
Cozy in your college dorm, living a pretty happy life, all things considered, after you throw another child to a predator and keep talking to him because I guess you just really like that 2-inch erect dick.
Dude, literally.
Get fucked, get eradicated, get genocided. I don't care.
This is insane, dude. Like, I cannot believe that anybody took this guy seriously. I can't believe it. I can't believe that anybody thought this was like acceptable or appropriate behavior. This is crazy. This is how you're going to talk to somebody who's the victim of grooming. You just couldn't resist that 2-inch dick, could you? You fucking whore. You say to the groomed, manipulated 17-year-old as a 40-year-old man. That's fucking insane, dude. Fucking draw and quarter her. Help.
This is one of the points that is truly devastating, and that unfortunately was brought up multiple times outside of this call. That he thinks that I've gotten over my abuser when I haven't, and uses Jordan's grooming to diminish mine. You can't get over your abuser that quickly. It has impacted me and still impacts me every day. The fact that someone who claims to care for victims is able to so arrogantly assume that this isn't hurting me just because I've moved into a dorm by myself, even though it is very disgusting. It felt like any time I needed to talk about my abuser or anything along those lines, I was mocked. It was reduced to a joke when I needed to talk about it, to process it. What I was trying to say here was that the Coyote Lovely situation made me realize I needed to come clean about my actions rather than hide it until it inevitably is discovered.
This is disgusting.
I do have one question. Are you still in contact with Vita by chance?
No.
I can't believe you.
Knew better.
No reason to believe me. I understand.
Correct.
You lied to my face. Tell me, what's the one rule I have with everybody?
Don't lie.
There you do it. Trampling over literally everybody's work. So while Sarah was working on that video to expose Vita further, you were talking to him and getting all sorts of validation. How many times did you guys ERP after that? I'm curious. Tell me. How many more voice messages did he send you talking about how he wants to lick your body? Tell me. I want to know. You're over 18 now. It shouldn't be a problem. Come on.
Okay, this was still a minor, so can you not ask those questions?
She's 18 now, and
Yeah, she's
18 now, and that's
18.
why I'm so doggone pissed.
Oh, and Peaches is the voice of reason here. Insane. Yeah, dude, I actually think that it's incredibly, like, fucking disgusting. Actually fucking disgusting. That it's like, you find it acceptable to talk to this person this way because they're 18. It's like, this is somebody who is a victim that you were trying to help. And this is what we're doing. That's actually fucking cuckoo bananas to me, bro. That's actually fucking insane. That's actually fucking insane.
18 now. Can you not ask those questions, please?
Lastly, I had my reasons for wanting to keep all of this private. One being
obviously.
due to fear of backlash from Lio and Senate, another being wanting to avoid stress and focus on my studies, and the main one is that I honestly wanted and have been trying to move on from everything that occurred in and before Senate. I'm not proud of my actions during that time, and I'm also not happy with the amount of things I let slide due to my distaste for conflict or how I was treated. Another thing is that while I appreciate any apologies that I've been receiving now, it's hard for me to accept them, since they don't feel genuine considering so much time has passed since these events. Time which all these people could have used, and some people have used, to apologize to me previously. Not just for this call, but for the overall treatment I received while in Senate. I do think aspects of Senate and those in it helped, and I'm grateful for that, and for the times in which I was offered comfort. That does not excuse or make up for the ways that I was repeatedly mistreated in that server.
Absolutely insane behavior. I truthfully, like, there's like no words. Like, this was like the internet's premier pedophile hunter now. Right? Like, this was the internet's premier pedophile hunter, and this is how this guy was talking to people. And this was like public at the time, right? Like, this wasn't behind like closed doors. I think this guy deserves worse than anything that's coming his way, honestly. I think this guy deserves, like, pure torture for the rest of his life. Like, this guy fucking blows. This guy fucking sucks. This guy is, like, genuinely a danger to everyone around him. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I just couldn't imagine, like, having somebody who comes to you for help, like, being groomed or, you know, targeted on the internet by, like, creeps and fucking pedos and shit. And this is how you talk to them. I literally could not imagine. That's, like, the most insane shit.